This account holds $592,000. The person who owns it never earned more than an average salary, never picked a single stock, and never once got lucky. They built all of it with $10 a day, and the strangest part is they almost never felt it happen, because there is a number that follows every dollar you spend, and it never shows up on a receipt. It hides behind every coffee, every delivery, every small purchase that felt like nothing because it was only $10. That number is what your $10 would have become if you had sent it somewhere else first. Somewhere boring, somewhere automated, somewhere mathematically violent, in a way you never feel until it is already done. This is the story of the person who found that number before everyone else did, and the person 3 desks away who did not. You are 22 years old, the rent is covered, the job is fine, and $10 leaves your life every single day the way water leaves a tap left slightly open. Not enough to notice, too much to recover over 30 years. It is 11:15 on a Tuesday night. You are scrolling, not looking for anything, when a number stops you. $600,000. The caption says $10 a day, 30 years, the ASX 200, 10% historical average. You read it 3 times. You do not trust a caption on the internet, so you run the math yourself. $613,000. You run it a 4th time. Still there. Your brain rejects it, not because the math is wrong, but because it does not behave like anything else in your life. Everything you have ever earned required hours. This required a start. That is the first thing compounding does to you. It breaks the assumption that effort and outcome are proportional. The next morning, you open a brokerage account. You pick a total market index fund. Expense ratio 0.04%. You set an automatic transfer of $10 a day at 6 in the morning before the day can invent a reason to spend it instead. This is the decision, not the amount. The structure. The wealthy do not build wealth through willpower. They remove the choice from their own hands. An automated system does not have a bad morning. It moves the money and disappears. Day 1, the account shows $10. It looks exactly like doing nothing. 3 desks away sits Derek. Derek is 31. He read a book about investing once. He is going to start next year when things settle down. Remember Derek. He is going to matter more than he looks like he will. You check the account at 1 year and feel nothing. The balance is $3,800. You deposited $3,650. The market added $150 while you were doing other things. No second job, no skill, just the decision you made 11 months ago. And it does not feel like anything. That is the problem with the first year. The engine is running, the returns are real, but the base is too small for the growth to register, and your brain responds to signals. The account is not sending any. Derek buys a new television in November. He is still going to start next year. 3 years in, the balance is $12,500. You deposited $10,950. The market built $1,550 on top, and this is the exact moment you would quit. Be honest, because right now you are thinking, who has $10 a day or 30 years to wait? That reaction is the thing that keeps most people exactly where they are. This is the phase that ends people. Not because they run out of money, because they run out of belief. The moment they send that $10 towards something with instant feedback, a subscription, a purchase that arrives in 2 days and feels like a reward for the discipline, that is the most expensive decision they ever make. Not because of the $10, because of the 27 years of compounding that leave with it. You leave the account alone. 5 years in, the balance is $23,200. You deposited $18,250. The market generated nearly $5,000 with no decision from you. That is the first real signal the account sends. So you run the math backward. The coffee you bought 3 years ago. Visible price, $3.75. Invisible price. What that becomes at 10% over 25 years. $40. It was never a $4 coffee. It was a $40 coffee wearing a $4 price tag. The coffee was never the enemy. The invisible price tag was. You do not become anxious about spending. You become precise. 7 years in, the balance is $38,000. For the first time, the market is adding more in a year than you are. The engine is pulling harder than you are pushing. And across the office, Derek still has not started. He has been going to start for 7 years. He is not lazy. He is waiting for certainty. Remember that word, certainty, because year 10 is where it gets tested. Year 10 is where almost everyone quits. Watch what happens. 10 years in, the balance is $62,000 and climbing. Then the market drops 21% in a single quarter. The balance falls from $68,000 to $53,000 in 11 weeks. Every headline is a reason to move the money. Every instinct says wait for stability, come back when the uncertainty resolves. The certainty never comes back. That is not a malfunction. That is the design. You log in more than you should. You read articles you cannot use. You do nothing. 8 months later, the balance sits at $71,000, higher than before the drop. The market does not reward the most informed investor. It rewards the most patient one. And Derek finally started 2 years ago. Then he sold everything at the bottom of that same drop. He is going to wait for things to calm down before he gets back in. You do not ask him when that will be. Derek is not a cautionary tale. Derek is a mirror. Same information, same market, same chance. What he did not have was 10 years of evidence to hold on to when everything screamed stop. 15 years in, the balance is $136,000. You deposited $54,750. The market contributed $81,250. For the first time, what the market built is larger than what you put in. That number is bigger than what the typical Australian earns in a year, and none of it came from your labour. Derek started over from zero in his 40s, after missing 3 of the best recovery years in the index's history. The math is not cruel. The math is indifferent. It rewards time served. It doesn't give partial credit for good intentions. Your younger brother Marcus calls on a Sunday. He is 26. He has been watching the finance videos, he ran the numbers, he does not believe them, and he wants to know if it is real. You tell him it is. He asks how you know. You open the account and read him the balance. $221,000, 19 years, $10 a day. He goes quiet. Then he says, I spend more than that on lunch. You say, I know. He says, how do I start? You do not give him a lecture. You give him 3 sentences. Automate a transfer before you can see the money. Pick a total market index fund. Do not touch it. That is the entire strategy. Anyone selling you complexity is selling themselves, not you. 25 years in, the balance is $373,000. You deposited $91,250. The market built $281,750. In an average year, the account now generates $37,000 without a single hour of your labor. That is the number that means your job is optional. Not today, not without a plan, but in the sense that there is now a floor beneath your income that does not disappear when the income does. You built that floor with $10 a day, not in one decision, in 10,000 small automated ones made before the day could spend them. 30 years in, the balance is $592,000. You deposited $109,500. The market built $482,500 on top. For every dollar you put in, the market returned $4.40. The account now generates nearly $60,000 a year, enough to cover most people's full annual expenses without touching the principal. And you think about that Tuesday night at 22, when a number stopped you. $600,000. You did not believe it. You ran the math 4 times. You are looking at the proof of it right now. It landed slightly under the projection because real markets do not run at exactly 10% every year. But the gap between what the calculator promised and what the account delivered is smaller than what Derek lost by selling at the bottom of one bad quarter. Somewhere tonight, a 22-year-old is holding $10. They are tired and hungry, and it feels like exactly $10 and nothing more. They cannot see the second price tag yet. They do not know that the money in their hand is not a $10 decision. It is a 30-year decision wearing a $10 price tag. The mechanism does not require belief. It requires a transfer. The account does not know your name. It does not care where you went to school or what you earn. It knows one variable, how long it has been running. So here is the only thing that matters tonight. Open your investing app before you go to sleep. Set $10 a day. That is the whole thing. And once you have started the clock, the real question becomes how big it needs to get, how much you actually need invested to stop working. I broke that down in my last video, how much you really need to live off dividends. Go watch that one next. I will see you there.